Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please have your tickets in hand before you board the plane. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Johan Castell and you're watching Wings. On the show this week, top destinations in India to beat the heat when temperatures soar, and colourful festivals across India. Our city in focus this week is Cape Town, a top culinary destination. Also on the show is the exhilarating water festival Songkran in Thailand. Let's begin. The mercury is rising in India. As temperatures soar, let us show you some destinations with cooler climes you can visit to beat the heat.
The Indian Meteorological Department issued yellow heatwave alerts as temperatures crossed 40 degrees Celsius this week in New Delhi. India frequently experiences scorching summer temperatures, but scientific research indicates climate change is making heat waves longer, more frequent and more intense. In January this year, the IMD officially announced 2024 as the hottest year on record. When intense heat waves strike many parts of India, where can you go to beat the heat? Here are our top recommendations for places to visit in India to avoid a heat wave, offering cooler climates and pleasant weather. Offering breathtaking landscapes and a cool desert climate, Leh Ladakh is ideal for those seeking a unique and chilly destination. Known for its stunning landscapes, Kashmir remains cool and pleasant even in the summer. Known as the Queen of the Hills, Shimla offers a cool and refreshing escape with its picturesque landscapes and colonial architecture. Nestled in the Kulu Valley, Manali is famous for its scenic beauty, adventure sports and cool temperatures. Famous for its tea gardens, stunning views of the Himalayas and pleasant weather, Darjeeling is an excellent retreat from the heat. Located in the Western Ghats, Munnar is known for its tea plantations, lush greenery and cool temperatures. Also known as the Queen of the Hills, Mussoorie offers stunning views, pleasant weather and charming colonial-era architecture. So, where will you head this summer to cool off? Wherever you go, remember to stay hydrated.
India burst into color and celebration this week as communities across the country marked the arrival of the harvest season. Certain age-old traditions and vibrant festivals also came alive, from Punjab to Assam and the temple streets of Tamil Nadu. Each region celebrated in its own unique way.
It's that time of the year when India's cultural fabric comes alive with the vibrant hues of tradition and devotion. As the harvesting season sets in, communities nationwide step into a celebration mode. Celebrated across Punjab in April, Vaisakhi marks the harvest of rabi crops, especially wheat. The day also commemorates the formation of the Khalsa Panth by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. The celebration is vibrant and spirited. People perform bhangra and gidda, visit gurudwaras and prepare festive foods. Vaisakhi remains both a cultural and religious cornerstone in the Sikh community. This is Assam's New Year, Bohag Bihu or Rongali Bihu. It also signals the arrival of the harvest season. The festival brings communities together in joy and hope. It is celebrated with energetic dances, traditional songs and hearty feasts. People also wear the traditional attire and perform the iconic Bihu dance. Mag Bihu, another harvest festival in Assam, focuses on communal feasting, games and large bonfires. Celebrated in mid-January, it marks the end of the harvest season. Villagers gather for community meals and participate in traditional activities, highlighting unity and gratitude for the harvest. In the heart of Tamil Nadu, devotion met grandeur as thousands gathered in Samayapuram. The annual Chitrai Kite Festival turned Tiruchi into a vibrant hub of faith and festivity. Over 300,000 devotees gathered at Arulmigu Mariamman Temple in Tiruchi for this week's grand Chitrai Kite Festival. The temple car procession, a key event in the 13-day celebration, took place on Tuesday. Devotees pulled the ornate chariot carrying the idol of goddess Mariamman through the main streets under intense heat. The Chitrai festival not only showcased deep-rooted devotion but also reflected the rich cultural spirit of Tamil Nadu.
Thailand's streets became a giant splash zone as the nation welcomed the Buddhist New Year with Songkran. Amid bursts of laughter and techno beats, locals and tourists alike took to the streets, armed with water guns, hoses and buckets, reviving an age-old tradition with global enthusiasm.
Thailand erupted into a kaleidoscope of color and chaos this week as Songkran, the country's Buddhist New Year festival, transformed cities into jubilant battlegrounds of water warfare. Crowds armed with plastic pistols, high-pressure hoses, and old-fashioned buckets roamed the streets, dousing everyone in sight. The joyful soaking is a welcome escape from the region's scorching April heat. This year's festivities carried an added sense of relief and unity, following a devastating earthquake in neighboring Myanmar just 2 weeks ago. Songkran offered a moment of collective return to routine, a reminder of resilience through celebration. On Bangkok's famed Khao San Road, thousands of revelers marched through a torrent of water and bass-heavy music. The scene was soaked, chaotic, and exhilarating, just the way partygoers like it.
Best party ever! Best party ever! Like, you come in a nice place where you know you're here chilling, and then boom, 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 boom. Crazy! It's wonderful! Very crazy!
And is there anything like this in Italy?
No! In the world! In the region!
Recognized by UNESCO in 2023 as part of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity, Songkran holds deep cultural meaning. Traditionally, it is a time to cleanse away the misfortunes of the past year, reconnect with family, and pay respects to elders and ancestors. While older generations still honor the spiritual roots of the festival, younger Thais and visiting tourists increasingly embrace it as an all-out, high-energy water bash, a celebration of life, renewal, and unfiltered joy.
I recently visited Cape Town in South Africa and discovered what an amazing destination it is for foodies. With thousands of restaurants and a global influence that inspires recipes and restaurant themes, the city offers spectacular experiences for those who travel for food.
Cape Town, located in the southernmost area of South Africa. This city is world famous as one of the best tourist destinations anywhere on the planet. From adrenaline-filled activities like great white shark diving to serene treks and hikes in the hilly landscape surrounding the Cape, this is truly an all-round destination that has a lot in store for visitors. The Netherlands first colonized South Africa from 1652 to 1795. However, after fighting with the British, they finally lost the colony to the United Kingdom in 1806, and South Africa was considered a colony of Britain until 1961. The Dutch planted vineyards here in 1655 and started producing grapes and wine in 1659. Today, the country is a big producer and exporter of great wine. But the culinary treasures on offer in Cape Town truly blew me away. Since the city's location on the world map crosses global trade routes, the influences were truly global for hundreds of years. Over the centuries, ships have used Cape Town as a convenient stopover while traveling from Europe to Asia, bringing influences to South Africa from China, Japan, Taiwan, Indonesia, Sri Lanka and India, to markets further west, including places like Argentina, Brazil, the US, the UK and Western Europe. So with all that in mind, what is it like today? Well, with over 1,400 restaurants to try, Cape Town is a gourmand's playground. The city has been recognized as one of the best food cities in the world. Restaurants serve every food imaginable, from Mexican to Italian and Japanese to Peruvian. Some of the most memorable spots in Cape Town for me were the sushi at the V&A waterfront and the pasta in a huge cheese wheel at the Cousins Trattoria. But what really took the cake was the chawanmushi dessert at Nikkei's Japanese Peruvian restaurant on Bree Street. It was an almost otherworldly experience. However, this surge in restaurants and eateries comes at a cost. Each year, South Africa wastes over 10 million metric tons of food, much of which ends up in landfills. But a new wave of eco-conscious chefs is reshaping the industry, showing that sustainability and fine dining can go hand in hand. One such pioneer is Finn, a Cape Town restaurant making global headlines. Recently awarded the highest 3-star rating from the Sustainable Restaurant Association's Food Made Good standard, Finn is the first on the African continent to earn this distinction. Every aspect of the restaurant's operation is crafted with sustainability in mind, from sourcing ingredients to managing waste.
The food style at Fane is a mix of South African ingredients that's true to the area, whether it's our seafood, our game, our vegetables that we cook and execute with a Japanese twist, using techniques that Japanese cuisine will use.
Seafood is supplied by Abalobi Fish, a non-profit working with small-scale fishermen to ensure traceability and promote resilient species like Cape bream. Dishes are elevated with regional flair, Cape bream paired with persimmon, jalapeno, and kosher ponzu. Or how about springbok with pine nut, miso, roasted fig, and prenia?
I'm really loving the interplay between Japanese technique and then South African ingredients. It's super clever and it's coming through really well in the menu. I really like the soetslai with the almost sashimi-like slices of yellowtail, and when it comes to the almost nigiri, to then have that with some local aged cheese is such a unexpected yet really refreshing and interesting pairing.
Much of Finn's produce comes from an indigenous garden at the Buitenverwachting wine estate, and food waste is converted into compost through a partnership with Don't Waste, a waste minimization company. The UN stresses that tackling food system emissions means cutting waste, supporting local supply chains, and innovating responsibly. Finn proves this is not only possible, but delicious. It stands as a model for how business success and environmental stewardship can thrive together on a plate. Although I didn't have a chance to visit Finn on my recent trip, when it comes to the food experience I had in Cape Town, however, the chawanmushi was so good I'd return to South Africa just for that. And if you ever head that way, don't miss out on Nikkei.
Gabon may be rich in rainforests and pristine coastlines, but beyond its capital, small communities like Otangi hope to write a new tourism story rooted in local charm and cultural heritage.
Tucked just across the water from Libreville, Otangani is a quiet fishing village where life moves to the rhythm of the tides. There's no electricity or running water, yet locals are dreaming big. They want to transform this remote corner of the country to draw visitors. Though Point Denis, the peninsula where Otangani sits, boasts soft white beaches and rich biodiversity, tourists remain scarce. Despite being on the edge of a national park with monkeys, elephants, and buffaloes, Otangani is still off the tourist map. Locals like Gérard Adande-Avili hope to change that.
We have created this concept of community tourism in Point Denis to allow regular Gabonese people, those earning between $150 to $400 monthly, to come and visit Point Denis to discover the riches and beauty of Point Denis, the Como Ocean, and Gabon.
La beauté de notre Point Denis, d'abord, de notre Como Océan et du Gabon.
Tourism in Gabon remains underdeveloped. While the country brands itself as the last Eden with nearly 90% forest cover, international arrivals hover around 350,000 annually. Yet there are significant hurdles. Expensive flights, tough visa processes, and poor transport infrastructure keep many potential visitors away.
Nous n'avons pas la culture touristique, que ce soit les dirigeants.
We have focused on oil and forgotten our country's tourism potential. Very frankly, Gabon can live off its tourism. This is something we're now focusing on. We're going to train those who work in hospitality and the rest of the population.
Aujourd'hui, on a une des problématiques qu'on pourrait soulever.
For me, as a business person, one of the issues that one could raise would be the affordability of airline tickets. For now, airline ticket offers are still expensive for people who are more used to traveling on all-inclusive packages. The price of a direct flight to Libreville is not affordable. I think that is one of the main obstacles to international tourism.
N'est pas accessible. Je pense que ça, c'est un des premiers freins au tourisme international.
Gabon's natural beauty and cultural richness remain largely untapped by the global tourism industry. Villages like Otangani offer a glimpse into what a community-driven, heritage-based tourism model could look like.
Let's go to the beach in Berck, France, where colorful kites from all around the world filled the sky during the 38th edition of the annual Berck International Kite Festival.
Giovanni Chiguachi left behind the rugged Colombian Andes for the breezy shores of northern France, bringing with him a sky full of color. At 42, this engineer-turned-kite flyer proudly represents Colombia at one of the world's most prestigious kite festivals, held on the sandy beaches of Berck-sur-Mer.
For us, it is a great privilege because the Berck Festival is still considered one of the most important in the world, and for the kite flying world, it is very important to be here. It is a great honor.
Wearing a wide-brimmed hat under the spring sun, Chiguachi expertly flies the traditional pandero, a hexagonal Colombian kite with an 18-meter tail, paying tribute to artist Omar Rayo with bold geometric patterns. This year's 38th edition of the Berck International Kite Gathering honors Colombia and celebrates its rich tradition of filling August skies with vibrant kites. Colombia, often called the Mecca of kite flying, leads South America in fans of the craft. A 16-member delegation has brought the country's spirit to France, launching 7 massive hexagonal kites into the blue above Berck, the long tails streaking yellow, blue, and red. Crowds gathered early on the warm sands, eager to witness this daily dance of kites that continues until April 21. But Colombia is just one piece of this global celebration. Around 450 kite flyers from 29 nations, including Chile, Japan, the US, Mexico, Brazil, Spain, and China, are participating in this year's festival, which has been held annually since 1987.
That's a wrap for this week's Wings episode. We return next weekend with more content for those who seek the best experiences worldwide. Until then, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off. Goodbye.